Hey guys, welcome to my next reading vlog. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jessica and I read a lot of sci-fi and fantasy and I talk about books, so glad that you are here. I'm obviously sitting on my front porch and there are going to be 9,000 cars driving by because it is a beautiful day and it is 5:30, so we're prime people driving by my house time. But in this vlog, I am planning to read The Last Murder at the End of the World by Stuart Turton. He wrote The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, which is a book that I really, really love. And I'm really excited to read this one, which just came out this week. So it is a dystopian sci-fi story about the only survivors of some kind of a mysterious fog that has killed everyone else in the world. These people living on this island are the only people who have managed to survive, or at least as far as we know. I don't know if that's true or not. This is the information we've been given. It's clearly a dystopian society. There's clearly some stuff going on. And the most interesting thing so far in the 30 pages that I read today is that the narrator is actually the AI that kind of oversees everything on the island and seems to be able to read people's thoughts. So I don't know how that works, but I'm really intrigued. So it is a holiday weekend. It's Memorial Day here in the US. And so I'm off work on Monday. It is currently Friday evening. I just got back and I am so excited to have some time to read and relax and do some things. Hoping to do some little free library shopping. There's a parade in my town on Monday that I'm probably going to go to. So lots of fun things. And I think that right now I'm going to go ahead and sit and do a little reading on my porch because it's nice out here. So welcome to the vlog. Yummy vegetable soup and some biscuits. Good morning and happy Saturday. I am really excited to be back here with a reading update. I have read about 35% of The Last Murder at the End of the World by Stuart Turton, and I'm really, really enjoying it. So let me back up a little bit. As I said in my intro, this is about a post-apocalyptic society. It's about a group of people who have formed their own society on this island, and everyone else on the planet has died in this mysterious fog. And now that I've gotten to 30% of the book, I can tell you that that is where the murder that is in the title takes place. So the first 30% of the book is really just world building. It's just setting things up. And when you get to 30%, that's when it's going to really start kind of ramping up, I feel like. I'm really enjoying the characters. I'm really enjoying the world building. It's really mysterious. I don't know what's going on, which is exactly what I expect from a Stuart Turton book. It's probably really different from The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle because that was very much, I would say, English murder mystery-esque, and this is a dystopia. And it feels much more like a dystopia than like a mystery, but it is pretty clear. We have one of the characters who really enjoys reading those ancient mystery novels that we're about to get some more mystery parts now that the murder has happened. So I am looking forward to that. So I'm going to be reading some more of that later. I feel like it's reading super fast and I'm probably going to be able to finish it hopefully by tomorrow. So right now we are waiting on Sean's parents to get here so we can go out to lunch. This morning we just did a whole bunch of yard work. I got my mulch in, I trimmed my daffodils, I trimmed the tree in the front, all kinds of stuff. I'm not really a gardening person, but you got to do some stuff, right, for your house to look okay. So I am kind of tired and I'm ready for some lunch. So I will talk to you all later and I'll be back with another update. Oh, baby. It is Sunday morning, and I owe you all a little bit of a reading update. We had a great day yesterday. Sean's parents were here. We did a little park walking. We went to the bookstore. I picked up a book there. Got to show Sean's mom, who also reads a lot, one of my favorite bookstores in Northern Kentucky. We got some ice cream, and then we just kind of chilled for the night. So I did get some reading done last night, and I got to about 50% of The Last Murder at the End of the World by Stuart Turton. So I want to talk a little bit about this book, which is very hard to do because I feel like anything that I say is pretty much a spoiler because it's so twisty. So there has been a murder. One of the scientists that have been taking care of the people in this world has been killed. And the AI, who is the narrator of this book, has wiped everyone's memories, including, they say, their own. Although whether that's true or not, I've got my doubts. So there is one of the villagers, her name is Emery, and she's always had a hard time because she's so much more inquisitive than everyone else. She asks questions. She says, why are things this way? Why are we not allowed to know about this? All that kind of stuff. And because of this, she's now been placed in charge of the investigation into this murder. So that's what we're doing right now, is we are following her as she goes around the island. She talks to people, she investigates. And can I just tell you that the way things seemed in the beginning, that was not accurate. There are a lot of secrets, which I'm sure I have not even discovered half of yet. I am really, really enjoying this. It's exactly the kind of thing that I like. I love a dystopian. I love a story that really reveals itself in these little pieces as you go along. I think that if you like dystopians or you like mysteries, you like post-apocalyptic stories, I'm really feeling like this is going to be a good one. Although, of course, that's going to be really dependent on the end and exactly what all the secrets were. But for right now, I'm really enjoying it. So we are getting ready to go out. I think we need to do some grocery shopping. We need to get some lunch. And then I think I'm going to try to make it to the Friends of the Library store in Cincinnati. And I'm going to take you all with me for that. The Friends of the Library store is basically, it's both discarded library books and books that have been donated by people to the library store for them to sell to raise funds for the library. And it's in this huge warehouse, so they always have tons of stuff, and it rotates constantly, and they have so many books, and everything is very cheap. So I am really looking forward to going there and seeing if they have anything that's on my wish list that I can pick up, because I am trying to have a little bit of a book collection. Still don't have a bookshelf, but we're working on that. That'll come in a later video. But for right now, we're going to go check that out, and I will take you all with me for that. And then tonight, I don't think we have any particular plans, just probably some reading before tomorrow, which is Memorial Day. And tomorrow, assuming it's not raining, my little town does have like a little Memorial Day parade. So I'm definitely excited to go to that because this is our first year living here for that. And one of the things that I really wanted when we moved here was to get this kind of small town experience, even though we really live still, I mean, I live 5 to 10 minutes from downtown Cincinnati, but we still live in a smaller town. So looking forward to that. So I will take you all with me for all of those things. It's been a great weekend so far. I'm really enjoying my book. Everything is going really well. So see you in a bit. Good morning, guys. It is Sunday, and we had a really good day yesterday. We got to go to get some brunch and go to the Friends of the Library store. We also hit a few little libraries, which I'm gonna have to put in a separate video because that's too much. But we did enjoy the Friends of the Library store. Most of the books there, like I said, are either old library books or donated, and I don't think that there was anything I saw that was over $5. So if you're ever in the area, it's definitely a place that I would recommend checking out to kind of see what you can find, because it's always an adventure, I feel like. So let me show you what I got first this morning. So I got Moosewood Restaurant Simple Suppers. So this is a vegetarian cookbook. I am not vegetarian, but I aspire to be at least vegetarian when I cook at home. So, but this has some, Moosewood cookbooks are always kind of reliable. I didn't have this one, so I picked it up. We're gonna try some recipes from it this week. Should be fun. Also picked up the Veganomicon. I think it's a pretty cover. Not a vegan, probably not gonna be a vegan because I like cheese, but there's still a lot of things in here that I think are gonna be really useful for my recipes when I cook at home. So those two were, one of them was $4, one of them was $5. And then I got some other books. I got obsessed with this cover. Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day by Winifred Watson. You can see that right here. Love the cover. Obsessed. I've already read this. This is one of my favorite books. If you've never read Miss Pettigrew Lives for the Day, it's just the most charming, sweet, cute, funny story about a British lady who just kind of lives her life for one day and changes everything about it. And I really love it. You should check it out. Then I picked up The Air Affair, which is the first novel in the Tuesday Next. Is it Tuesday? Is her name Tuesday Next? Can never remember. Thursday Next series by Jasper Fforde. I have always really enjoyed this series. Haven't read them all. Don't own them, but I love, look at the back of this book. It is like a dictionary page. If you haven't read these books, they're very charming and funny and very, very literary. If you've read a lot of classic literature, I would highly recommend them. And then I picked up some books. I actually got these books at the thrift store. So we stopped at Goodwill because I needed to pick up a few books to put in the little free libraries that we went to. And I found some stuff for me that I didn't need. So I picked up a Babysitter's Club book. It is The Truth About Stacy. This is the graphic novels, and I was super obsessed with the Babysitter's Club when I was growing up, and yeah, I'm just like very into this. Also, there is a birthday card in the front because apparently this was somebody's birthday present, and I guess they didn't want it, so there you go. Excited to own that. I picked up the second book in the Poppy War trilogy by R.F. Kuang. Have I read these? No. I did read the first chapter of the first one. I'm quite certain I'm going to love them. R.F. Kuang is one of my favorite authors. And when I saw this one here, even though it's not the first one and they didn't have the first one, I went ahead and picked it up so that when I read the first one, then I can be ready with the second one. And it's in like really great condition. I got a copy of A Walk in the Woods by Bill Bryson. I love this book. This is a kind of humorous take on the author trying to walk the Appalachian Trail. And I think that Bill Bryson always is a winner for me. He is very funny, but also very poignant. And he has a lot of things to say, especially about American life. And this is a fantastic book. This is his best book. And Sean wants to read it. So I picked it up for him and also just so that I could have a copy of it for myself because it's one of my 5-star books. And then we've got, looks like 2 more. We have Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I was super excited to find this at a thrift store. So it was $2. It's in good condition, got a couple pages bent back, but I have not read this book. And I have been wanting to read this book and kind of see if I'm into it, like what all the hype's about. I read another book that was similar. That was a Japanese series. I think it was What You Were Looking For Can Be Found in the Library. And I thought that was just okay, but everyone seems to love this one. So I am going to give it a try, and now I own it. So one more book in my little book haul here, and that is A Dark Room in Glitter Ball City. Love the covers. So this book is written by David Domine, who actually is someone that I know in real life. He was one of my professors in college, and then I knew him after that in Louisville. And this is a story, a true crime book about a murder that takes place in Old Louisville, which is the Victorian district downtown, which is a place I used to live. So I am definitely pretty invested in reading this one. So I was really excited to see this on the shelf and pick it up because I hadn't had a chance to get it yet. Okay, and that is my book haul. My little went to some used bookstore haul. And now we are getting ready to head out because it is Memorial Day. I have on my kind of Memorial Day-ish dress that I made. I don't know. It's blue and white. It's got anchors on it. I think it works. We're heading out to the parade, which is going to be really, really fun, I think, and charming. And I'm going to get some footage of that to put in here. So you're going to see some of that. Then we need to go do our grocery shopping for the week. I picked out some recipes from my new vegetarian cookbooks, so I'm ready to go to the grocery store, pick those things up. And then I'll be back later to wrap up this vlog and tell you what I thought about The Last Murder at the End of the World. So off we go. It's a really pretty day outside. I'll see you all in a little bit. Hello again. I am back here with my final thoughts on The Last Murder at the End of the World by Stuart Turton. And I absolutely loved it. 5 stars, 100%. I thought it was such an interesting book. It was very different from The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. What I would say about it is that if you are a fan of the movie, if you're a fan of the TV show Lost, then I think you would enjoy this. Because for me, even though the story has nothing really in common with that, other than the fact that there's an island, it had a very similar feel where there are all these secrets and all these people who've been here before you and you don't know what's going on and all of that stuff. But for me, it really kind of kept me guessing to the end. There were a couple reveals that I thought were a little bit more predictable, probably, but that didn't really bother me. I just thought that it was a really enjoyable ride, and Stuart Turton has not disappointed me in 2 books. Now I need to read his other book, the one that's apparently set at sea, and see how I feel about that. But Yeah, so 5 stars. I would really recommend this one. Pick it up if you have any interest at all in it. I think it would be good for fans of mysteries. Um, mysteries. I said the TV show Lost. Maybe people that are fans of thrillers, even because of the number of twists that are in there. And then it is science fiction, it is dystopian, it is post-apocalyptic, it's all of those things. I thought it was just really, really enjoyable, and I had a good time reading it this weekend. Also had a good time filming this vlog, did a lot of fun things. We really enjoyed our first small town Memorial Day parade that we went to this afternoon. That was really fun. And I have just enjoyed being here with all of you all. So if you have enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, leave a comment down below, and let me know if you're interested in reading this book, or if you have any suggestions for me for great sci-fi mysteries, because I've just been in this mystery mode. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Bye.